Through their spiritual connection to nature, Geomancers can call upon the powers of the earth itself to harass and debilitate their enemies. Nobody on the battlefield is safe, as thorny roots strangle, torrents of gushing water waylay, and biting winds cut like razors. Geomancer abilities are quick to learn, always hit, and have up to a 25% chance to inflict a status ailment on your target. While Geomancers form that perfect offensive potential, being both magic-based casters or physical-based fighters, they excel at neither, and so primarily fill gaps in your squad composition instead of taking center stage. Hi, I'm Mikey from Final Fantasy Tactics Live Tournament, and today I have another episode in the Job Focus series. The goal of these videos is to crack open the hood on each class, present technical information in a simplified way, and help you make better choices when raising your squad. In today's Job Focus session, we're going to be doing a deep dive on the Geomancer class, looking at their equipment choices, how their abilities work, and take a peek at how to manage their stats. If you are trying to tweak your Geomancer for balanced PvP play, crafting a unique unit with plenty of options, or you're simply maxing out their power for destroying the story battles no matter what the terrain, let's get tangled up in a Geomancer Job Focus session. Geomancy is a skill that changes depending on the ground your Geomancer is standing on. That makes the map you're playing of highest significance. If you do not know the appropriate skill, your unit won't be able to take advantage of their own primary abilities. Luckily, Geomancers also come with a wide range of equipment options. So if your primary skill is unavailable, you can resort to melee or other magic-based attacks. Because they have access to both physical attacking boosting clothes, as well as magic attacking boosting robes, as well as shields and swords, there's hardly a gap the Geomancer cannot fill. And while their class and growth stats are appealing, they do not warrant any focus for leveling, nor do they justify a reason to stay as a Geomancer as you level once you've learned all the high priority skills. To unlock the Geomancer, you will need a level 2 Squire, a level 3 Knight, and a level 3 Monk. On your way to unlocking a Geomancer, you are setting yourself up for success with good HP and physical attack growth, but lacking in magic attack. We will see how this plays into their builds later on. Because your Geomancy skill takes advantage of both your physical and magic attack, as we will explain later, and you have access to clothes, robes, hats, shields, axes, and swords, you can be overwhelmed with decision paralysis. I suppose the first thing to do is decide if you want to lean heavily into physical attack, magic attack, or a balance of both. For the melee bruiser, definitely go with any gear that improves your physical attack. For weapons, Golden Axe and Moonblade are top tier options. Power Garb is great for that extra physical attack boost, or up your speed with Mirage Vest, and same for Headband and Thief's Cap in the hats category. Your preferred accessory is going to be a Bracer for power, and Brigand's Glove for speed and haste. For the magic-based, long-range harasser, concentrate on robes such as Wizard's Robe, and hats like Lambent Hat or Brass Coronet. I would suggest Mage Power Gloves for your accessory, and take advantage of Rune Blade and Aegis Shield for additional magic attack boosts. For the balanced Geomancer, the challenge will lie in how you distribute your physical magic attack bonuses. As we reveal the formula for Geomancy attacks, you can tailor this balance towards however you want your character to behave in battle. Geomancy is the primary ability that you will rely on for ranged magical damage. To calculate your damage, first add 2 to your physical attack, then divide that result by 2. Now multiply that by your magic attack, and voila! Now looking at this formula, you might think that increasing your physical attack power will help boost your Geomancy's strength. But you will find that increasing magic attack power will scale better here. Geomancy hits automatically and is instantly cast. Every Geomancy attack has a range of 5, which is 1 tile further than other casters. Some, not all, have an elemental type associated with it, which can be found in the help section of each ability. In addition, Geomancy has 1 tile area of effect, so you can actually do a bit of splash damage. Note that the Geomancer themselves are unaffected by their own attack, so using it on yourself as a defensive measure can be a useful means of dealing damage. The most notable of all of these perks to this primary skill is the 20 to 25% chance that the attack will inflict a status effect. The effect varies from stop to frog to even death, and will depend on the terrain type of the tile the Geomancer is standing on. For a measly 150 job points each, you will quickly be able to maximize their offensive capabilities and either stick around as a Geomancer or bring their main skills to another job. For reaction abilities, the Geomancer has Nature's Wrath, which will target the assailant with a Geomancy attack. All the normal rules for Geomancy attacks apply here, so whichever tile the Geomancer is standing on will determine the attack type and inflict splash damage as normal. A very good offensive ability for only 300 job points. For support skills, we have Attack Boost, which increases your physical-based attack skills and melee attacks by 25%. This is a great support skill that carries over well with other jobs, and is worth investing in if not for other builds at 400 job points. Finally, for movement, we have 2 abilities that can be safely skipped over: Ignore Weather and Lava Walking. Ignore Weather will remove any impedimentary effects from rough terrain such as flowing water features. Lava Walking allows you safe passage across the only lava tiles in the game in the Mount Bervenia stage. When we take a peek at the Geomancer's stats, we see a very promising class stat line with a move rate of 4. We get our standard jump of 3 and a fair class evasion rate of 10%. Our class stats are also promising, but not overly exciting. 110 for our HP gives us a little boost. 95 for our MP is no big deal, as we won't be using MP for Geomancy. 110 for physical attack and 105 for our magic attacks again give us little boosts just for switching to this class. Speed remains the same with 100. On the growth stat side, we see similar patterns. For HP, we're actually getting great growth, second to monks in fact. MP is pretty great as well, considering the class. Physical attack growth is a bit slow compared to knights, around the same as samurai here, and magic attack and speed growth are standard. In conclusion, a decent class to level as while you gather all of your earthly talents, though it would benefit the Geomancer to have high raw stats before switching over permanently. While not excelling in melee or magic, speed or evasion, you can quite easily make a Geomancer have a little bit in all of the above. With great ranged options, diverse equipment choices, the Geomancer offers great utility with decent stats. Geomancy's elemental attacks are magic-based and benefit not just from high magic attack stat, but also from your physical attack stat as well. All Geomancy attacks have a 20 to 25% chance to afflict a target with a status ailment. Geomancers have access to a wide variety of equipment, allowing you to boost physical or magic attack to your liking. You are free to create a melee fighter, a long-range caster, or a mixture of both. Nature's Wrath and Attack Boost are decent reaction support skills that carry over well to other jobs and are worth investing in. Geomancer movement abilities, however, can be safely skipped over until you would like to master the job. While Geomancer stats don't incur huge penalties, they don't grant huge bonuses either. While you're grinding job points toward learning all primary abilities, you will not be hampering your raw stats as you level. And switching to a Geomancer later will provide decent class stats for every situation. This concludes this episode of the Job Focus series with the Geomancer. If you are getting value out of content like this, please throw it a like. An even greater gesture would be hitting that subscribe button. It's our mission here at Final Fantasy Tactics Live Tournament to get a wider community involved around the multiplayer options that haven't fulfilled their true potential. Whether you use these job-focused series to tune your units for PvP purposes, so you spend less time playtesting, or you're strengthening your party as you battle your way through the amazing story, you will find there are other players, just like you, who want to share in that experience. I want to give a shout out to the Tactics League Discord and the moderator Yoshinja for hosting a server with guides on how to get started with Final Fantasy Tactics multiplayer modes. Without his initiative and drive to see a wider PvP meta develop, it would make my job of organizing players for matches much more difficult. If you haven't been there yet, you can find links in the description below. It is a great community with helpful folks who can answer some pretty advanced questions. And I'm also there too from time to time to get a match in. This is Mikey from Final Fantasy Tactics Live Tournament signing off. I will see you in the next video. And until then, be well everyone.